Hey, this is WoodysGamertag bringing you another dual commentary. So who do I have with me today?
What's up, guys? It's AiirBornee.
Hey, AiirBornee. So,
Hey.
got yourself a game of domination on Wasteland. I watched this game in advance to get ready for it. This thing is brilliant. I love this game. It's the sort of thing that YouTubers just dream of getting.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm rocking the Famous with the silencer here, and this is probably one of my more liked assault rifles in the game.
So how's the M16 compared to the Famous? You have opinions on that yet?
Yeah, I thought about making a video about that, but I'm just gonna hold off on that for a bit. Right now, I'm liking the Famous a bit more, mainly because the Famous I get a lot more one burst kills with it. In the M16, I find that I'm not getting, it doesn't have the power rate that the Famous has, and I also find that the Famous has a little bit less recoil than the M16.
I'll have to play around with it. I just started using a silenced M16 lately. And like you said, it's not always a one-burst kill, but when it's silenced, it gives me the opportunity to follow up. You know, people don't instantly know where you are.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, because many people just ignore silenced bullets that go by their head.
Or they spin around in confusion. It's a challenge to deal with that. So, you know, I've only recently started doing well on Wasteland. And a lot of guys have asked me, for, how do I do well on Wasteland? What do I do? And it took me a while in this game, more time than the other maps, to figure out some sort of keys to success. You have anything you want to share? How do you do well on Wasteland?
Well, Wasteland is probably actually my favorite map. I always do great on this map, and I think my main strategy here is to follow up with the flag. So right now they have B, A, and we have C, which I don't really like. I should be going to Cat B in a minute, but basically what you want to do is kind of stay outside the one flag that they cap. So you want to have C and D or A and B, and you want to be running to, say we had C and B and they had A. We want to be running to A, and we want to be running to the outskirts of A to pick them off. And then we're just trying to push them back in their spawn, basically. And then you basically end up running circles around the map.
So you just run to the flag, you try to hold two, run to the one you don't have, and just do laps?
And pick off kids. That's what I normally do, and I always end up with great scores on this map.
That's interesting. So my keys to success are almost the exact opposite. And
oh yeah?
Yeah, so I wonder I'd love to hear some comments on what works for you guys on Wasteland from the subs. But what I used to do was spend a lot of time running between two flags, right? So say we had, I'll call it BC. Then I try to hold C and I try to hold B and I go back and forth, and I felt like the lure on a trolling line that, before long somebody would take a bite out of me, and I wouldn't live as long as I wanted to. I couldn't get the air power support, and what I've started to do is treat it like Estate. So on Estate, I was quick to figure out that like if you're losing Charlie on Estate, it's too late. If nobody's there to protect it, you're going to lose that flag. You might be able to regain it, but you're not going to get there in time. It's one of the biggest maps in the game, just like this. So what I've started to do is just hold one of the flags, camp it if you want to call it that, but hold one flag, pick any one, Charlie or whatever, and communicate with your team a lot. Let them know, hey, I've got Charlie, or there's two guys on Charlie. You focus on Bravo, or you focus on Alpha. I don't care what. But
it's a good strategy too.
Yeah, so I talk to my team and then focus on one flag, and it doesn't take too long before I can get 5 kills, and then 5, helps you get to 7, which helps you get to 9.
7 turns into 11.
Yeah, and then that turns into 15, 20, and before long you've got a good game. So
yeah, you can turn a bad game, into an amazing game with just one set of kill streaks.
Yep.
And that's
Although I will say that's changing for me lately. I have a game actually uploading now. It'll probably be up before. When you guys see this, it'll be the one right before it. Nice, yeah, you're hogging the kill feed, baby. And I talk about that a little bit. The care package glitch has advanced everyone's learning curve in terms of the importance of shooting down air power. I can get a Harrier and a Pavlo and expect them to combine for 3 kills now. And before, shucks, I might get double digits with a combo like that.
Yeah.
So
when the game first came out, they were beasts. Like, oh my, I would get 10, 15 kills with a Harry strike. Like,
Yep, and I remember a lot of the YouTube guys were like, hey, once you get to the Harrier, the chopper gun is virtually guaranteed. That is so not true anymore. You know, once you get to the
yeah, no, that's
Harrier,
not true.
sometimes it's not worth much more than the airstrike.
Yeah,
You know, the bombs, because guys will shoot it down. I know I've been on the other end of that. You know, if you've had a Harrier already, and I'm still rocking my anti-air class, that third Harrier will barely have a chance to sit still before it's down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna go.
And
by the way, worst Claymore ever. What'd you do? Drop that right? I said worst Claymore ever. I think you put it inside, facing the wall.
Yeah, I just put it there just in case someone comes by and grabs A. I know sometimes I just like to throw my claymores down at random spots. Sometimes I end up getting a random kill and I just start laughing.
Yeah, man. So silence from us. Use this just on the big maps? Use it all over the place? What do you think?
I use it all over the place. It just depends on it depends on the game I want to play. If I'm gonna go a little bit more objective, I like to run the FAMAS because it gives me the ability to pick off targets from a distance, and that's kind of what I like to do when I'm playing the objective. And when I'm like going all out rush happy, no, I wouldn't use the FAMAS.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's one the burst fire weapons in general. Some guys say that they're just brilliant and that they're like shotguns up close and they're like snipers from a distance. Not for me. You know, for me up close, I find one, you have to be on target with the first shot or you're in a whole lot of trouble. And two, you know, it doesn't even necessarily kill on the first shot. Even if you are on target, you can get hit markers and die. And now you're, you know, waiting for the thing to pump again. So it's anyway. What are you doing for secondary lately?
Okay, lately I don't know. I really like the M9 with the tactical knife. It's always been my favorite handgun. But if I'm not running a handgun, I'd have to say my favorite shotguns are the Spaz and the AA-12 probably.
Okay. Yeah, so you know what? I've used all those. The M9's my favorite pistol, although the 45 is really good too. And I used to run the pistol as a secondary all the time, and mostly just pull it out when I was low on bullets. You know, when I didn't have time to reload. It was, you know, maybe I'd kill one or two guys and I don't have any bullets in the clip for the third, so I'd pull out the pistol and see what I could do. And a lot of subs started getting on me. You know, why don't you use your sidearm more? Why don't you use it? Why don't you use it? It's like, well, because it's a pistol and it's harder to aim. And you know, so and then I started using the spas a lot because the general word was that when the models got nerfed, the spas became the best shotgun. I hope I pronounced that right. And and I used the spas, but the trouble is, you know, you have to be on target for the first shot. Otherwise, you know, there's that slow pump action thing. And if you're not on target so that has two things. I can either aim slowly and be on target, or aim quickly and risk not being on target. And then I switched to the AA-12, and that thing. What is with you and these claymores? And the AA-12. If you're in the same room as a guy with an AA-12, you're gonna have a hard time staying alive. Those things are just brutal in close quarters. So I started to pull them out preemptively. Like if I'm in a bunker like this and I expect them to come in, or if I'm in a room on Skid Row, I'll switch over to it and just hope that they join me. Because AA-12's a beast.
Yeah. Now right here in the gameplay. Now, we're losing right now, so me and my team are saying, I'm playing with a group of my friends, and we're saying, we're not going to lose this one, we're going to take it. So, this is the time when you need to take all 3 flags in the game. So, because when your team's down by, say, like this score, you got to take all 3 of the flags. So, my team's going to be taking Alpha, and I think in a little bit. I get my Harriers in a minute, and I call them over Alpha, so my team can go and take it. Because we need the point, we need the score right now. We need more. We need to win this game. So that's the one time in domination when I like to take all 3 flags. See right here, I get my Harriers and I call them over Alpha. I know that we need that, and that's probably where their spawn is. So we cap it in a minute. And one thing earlier on in this game that I realized is that lately I haven't been getting much luck with the 11 kill streaks. They've been frustrating me a lot lately, just to get to them, and then once I get them, I'm not getting as many kills as what I used to be getting in them. And that's one thing that has kind of been bothering me about the 11 kill streaks. That's why I kind of like to run Pablo instead of the chopper gun or AC.
Yeah, that ties into what I was saying before, you know, that, like, chopper gunners, for example, used to be good for, like, 14, 16 kills. They were just brutal.
Yeah.
And now they're good for, what, 3, 5? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They're helpful, but they're not what they were.
Mhm.
So,
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
yeah, but, you know, the Pavlo is hard to shoot down, it's good. It's still not what it was either. In the beginning of this game, everyone said air power was overpowered. And now I find that...
I knew that was gonna happen. Stingers were gonna be coming out sooner or later, and then people were gonna be like, "Oh, Stingers are overpowered."
Stingers are overpowered now too. Anyway, guys, check him out. He's got his own channel. It's not HD, but he's got some great gameplay and commentary.
All right, thanks.